Welcome one and all. The road to China 2019 continues here in Tallinn. It's Estonia against Georgia in Group L, round 2, in a group that's been shaken up already today. And can either of these teams shake up the established order in the standings? Take a look at these and that significant results in Tel Aviv earlier. Serbia beaten by Israel 83-74 gives both Estonia and Georgia renewed hope of making it to the finals. Look at that, very tight indeed. Israel still very much involved. Estonia not giving up hope, just 4 points behind Serbia, of course. The Olympic silver medalist suffering a bit of a shock defeat, given that both of these teams have beaten Israel in the World Cup qualification process already, both at home. These are the Georgians, shorn of course of Shengelia and Lanning, but they provide excellent 3-point shooting options, and it may yet be that they'll have enough in the locker, particularly with that man there, Ben Yannis, restored to the lineup after injury problems. Missed the whole of last season, of course. They have real talent inside, of course. Metatsic, Shebedini. They'll try and build their games around the distinct size advantage have this Georgian outfit under the Greek coaching of Ilya Kuru, of course. But how will they get on the road with, of course, having beaten Israel in Tel Aviv on their last away game, and of course they're coming so close to beating Greece in Tbilisi. One of these Estonians, well, with Stensok just being called out, and one or two others as well. Benny is in that lineup as well. They have the talent to be able to take on those teams in this country. They've already beaten Great Britain, they've already beaten Israel in Tallinn. Can they provide yet another surprise to the established basketball order? Bottom of Group L. And of course, they still believe with the Tsitsok, their head coach. What a story it would be if Estonia can outpoint both Serbia, Israel, and of course, their opponents tonight, Georgia, to a place in China next year. As we pause for the national anthems of Georgia and Estonia.
daamid ja härrad, Eesti hümn, The National Anthem of Estonia. Suur tänu teile. Thank you very much.
two proud basketball nations on the rise, looking to establish themselves even further. And can they knock each other off in a game which I'm sure both teams, when the draw was made, they would have been looking to knock off either opponents, given the quality in Group L, as we take a look at our officials in charge from Bosnia, Russia and Croatia. So let's look at these two teams, shall we, in more detail as we approach tip-off here in Tallinn. Blonderize, just one of these Georgian outfit that have a distinct size advantage, having beaten Israel in Tel Aviv and narrowly losing to Greece in Tbilisi. Look out for Batanti, number 35 inside. Shermadini, a real physical threat too, with so much top-level European club experience. And how close can Georgia get? No surprise that Shermadini starts ahead of Batanti. Bianansi restored to the lineup. Sinsansi, a real presence of point guard. And Sinansi and McFadden, no surprises to see them in the starting five. Well, as for Estonia, well, they lie bottom on the table, just a point behind Georgia. And it will only be one of these two teams, along with Serbia, Israel, as well as these two teams, to make it through. Weideman, a real threat. And Sim Seda Veni, 2 minutes 3 tall, the forward, restored to the lineup. Hasn't played an awful lot of basketball this season. He's currently a free agent, and he'll start in the opening five with alongside Sok, Kanga, Yusa and Kitsing. Plenty of experience as well in the lineup. Pasoya is the only player on the Estonian bench who has played in all 8 games so far. But they also have Kanyapang and Gregor Hermet, who as well may well feature in this game over the course of the 4 periods. Lots to get interested in this one. And that result earlier in the day in Tel Aviv, it was the Tamir Blatt show that won it for Israel. Tamir Blatt with 10 points and 9 assists, 18 for Pnini, 14 Jake Cohen, Zuzman with 10. And in response, Serbia, Milisavicevic 17, Simonovic 13, and 2 other players in double figures point scoring, but not enough for Sasha Djordjevic's charges. So that means that this game may yet be of significance for these two teams. Not at all impossible that they can make it through, but particularly for Georgia, well, they are still alive after Serbia's defeat. If Serbians had won twice, they would have been eliminated. So let's see how they get on. Here's the coach.
Eesti alustab esiviisikuga starting 5 of Estonia, 07, number 7 Stenson, 11 number 11 Siim Sander, number 14 number 14 Captain Kristjan Kangur, number 21 number 31 Jana Jõesaar ja number 33 Kristjan Priitsik. Daamid ja härrad, kes on 6-aastane ja osaleb juba 4. aastat eriolümpia väikesportlaste treeningutel. Nii et teeme temale suure aplausi, tubli töö!
Well, these Estonians have proved real cool customers on home soil in Tallinn so far in the qualification process. Edged out Great Britain, which I'm sure gave them huge amount of confidence. But they then followed it up with a priceless win over Israel that saw them through to qualification for the second round, in which we're in, of course, in Group L.
Before we start the game, we would like to respect a
So there will be plenty of them to get stuck into. But we're going to pause for a few moments' silence in memory of the FIBA Secretary General, Patrick Baumann, who was so tragically lost to the game of basketball and to the wider sports movement when he passed away earlier this year.
Patrick Baumann was the leader and advocate of basketball worldwide. He was also instrumental in the creation of FIBA's new competition system with a vision to bring basketball closer to fans all over the world. As a sign of sorrow and solidarity to his family, we kindly ask you to stand and respect this minute of silence. Thank you. Thank you.
Perfectly observed, and quite rightly so from the fans in Tallinn. And after the pleasantries, we're about to get underway. Estonia 2-6, Georgia 3-5 in Group L. All of the first round results, of course, carried through to the second round. And we're all set to go in Tallinn. And very nearly a steal right from the tip. Immediately some discontent at the decision of the officials, and we're all going to have a consultation. Cincinnati look very unhappy, as does Titsok. And it's Georgia ball. And hopefully there'll be as little of that as we can possibly manage over the course of the next hour and a half or so. Here's McFadden for Georgia. Georgia in red, Estonia in white. McFadden taking it all the way up himself, but there's foul called. And immediately, Yusa catching the ire of the officials. McFadden to the line for two. Thaddeus McFadden, son of an NFL player. Makes both. Greetings to those of you following from Flint, Michigan for this particular game, where the 31-year-old was, of course, brought up. Here's Kangor, though, for Estonia. Looking to establish themselves in the paint. Despite that size advantage, it's kicked back out again. And Yusa, who will have plenty of work to do tonight, gets Estonia on the board. Good spin, good movement. A little bit over-eager, though, from Cincinnati. And here's McFadden for Georgia. Stolen away quickly by Yusa, who's having a strong opening and then loses it rather messily. And Cincinnati, with his foul, Sock will pick up his first. Both teams just a little slow to get into their rhythm in these opening moments. Game that, as mentioned, almost certainly would have been looking for the win, and these two teams have to play each other as well twice. Still a trip to Tbilisi waiting for Estonia. Sinatsa gets the rebound. Here's Sinatsa. Fine backcourt player. Bianazza forward towards Shamarini. Already that physical presence inside, proving its worth as Kitsin picks up his first for Estonia. McFadden can't get his hands on that one. Not the greatest pass in the world from Sinsansi, who's very experienced now. One of those Georgian players who has been there for a number of years now. Loud, passionate noise inside the arena in Tallinn. Oh, very good vision to pick out Kitsing, who can't respond in kind. And McFadden will come away with it. Sinsansa drives it up, floats it up, and it's tipped in by Shermadini. Estonia just struggling a little bit for confidence as they drive in the lane, and when you see so much Georgian beef in the lane, Shermadini and Sinadze, it's not entirely the greatest surprise in the world, is it? Kango looking for Yursa, who you already think is going to be pivotal for these fans in blue and white, as well as the coaching staff. Stolen away, and here is Simsandeveni. Just the hand in, enough to get it away from Sinsanse. And the dunk brings the crowd to life. How good is it to see that man back in Estonian colours? Here's Sinsanse though for Georgia. Would have been the perfect response, and it's put away nicely by Shermadini at the second attempt. Got the offensive rebound and delivers. 2 from 2 for him. And he'll get the extra point as well if it all works according to plan. Such an imposing figure. Georgi Shermadini, Kitsing with the foul. He can't quite provide the finish. Stands up. Kanga checks his options, opts to go himself, but then kicks it out to Kitsing. That's nicely done. Smooth and silky from these Estonians, who, let me remind you, have 2 wins in this qualification process against Great Britain and Israel. Shermadini finds the spin but can't find the basket, and Kitsing gets the rebound. They're encouraged at the moment, and there Kangor has the body position and the control to time his layup nicely. Encouraging stuff, this Teat-Sock now. If they can keep this transition going, Estonia will be very comfortable with the pace of the contest. Georgians with the physicality, but not quite the composure at the moment. The Sock comes away with it in transition. And Yursa can't find the basket, but he will draw the foul. McFadden caught out of position. And Buyanadze just can't quite get a piece of it, can he? Great position of the camera to show you that particular confrontation. 2 shots then for Yannick Yursa. Not the most successful trip to the charity stripe there's ever been. But they've stolen once more, and Georgia have got to avoid these turnovers. Yursa, oh, what a mess that was. Christian Kango's got to do better from those positions. But if they keep creating these opportunities, no question, Estonia will put the pressure on the Georgians. 3 steals already, there we are. McFadden, Sinsansa. Sinansa almost on the halfway. McFadden has to put it up and does so successfully. A real feature of the Georgian style. They love to put those three-pointers up, and it's worked very successfully in spite of Janning and Shengelia's absence tonight. Benny inside. Kangor doesn't have any room for manoeuvre with Shermadini overlooking him. So why not pop it out to Kitsing, who can't quite convince. What on earth you're supposed to do with Shermadini looming over you like a thunderstorm? Not entirely sure. Thrown it over the top, there is Shermadini. Gets the rebound, but can't work it on the second attempt, and McFadden's going to tidy up. Oh, lost haplessly by Patadze, who's just come onto the court. McFadden, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Got to be put up by Patadze, and they still can't work it. But it will all come to naught, with Georgia picking up the 2 points. Estonia then looking to respond. Yosa has the speed to get round the wing. Oh, brilliant stuff. Sinsadze didn't know whether he was coming or going there. And they've clearly targeted that, haven't they, the Estonian scouting. 1 point in it. Very intriguing opening to this group L contest, and Shermadini strong indeed with the spin, and consistent too. 5 from 8 so far, 4 from 7 overall, as you can see. Fade away from Simsander. It's all good and true. Offensive game's really taking it strong at the moment as Patadze is beaten out. McFadden with a fine steal. Estonia's looking for a call, but Patadze doesn't care one little bit. Lovely no-look pass, wasn't it, from McFadden? Pure class. And how about that from Christian Kanga? Let's not bother with defence tonight, guys. Coach is suffering palpitations, I would think, as Simsander is drawn for the foul. As we see Bokalishvili come on for Estonia, and there's a double change for Estonia. Kitsing and Simsander coming off. Tults. Their experienced campaigner, of course, Kulame, another. And Estonians now in team foul trouble. So Sinsadze to the line. Look at that, just one team foul for Georgia so far. Sinsadze was so confident, he was already halfway off the court before the free throw was completed. Bokalishvili on for him then. Kulame, wearing 77, finds Yosa. Stensov. It's with Kangor. And Kulame unable to convert. 17 apiece inside the final 2 minutes of the first half. First quarter, I should say. McFadden looking at his options. Bokalishvili to the low post. And it's beautifully put away by Patadze. The bench like that one, didn't they? Up against Kanga, that's where they know they have the advantage. That's where they're going to work, and they've immediately got a turnover as well. Patadze and Shermadini on the court. There's Patadze. He gets the foul, and Tults doesn't know what's in him. Neither do the rest of Estonia. Great body control. Janet's outdrawn. And there's the M1. Georgia up by 5. Interesting game taking place in Greece as well in this second round group. Germans up by 3 on Greece. All about what happens here for these two teams though, as Taltz cannot convert from three-point land, and we're inside the final minute. McFadden down the lane, tries the no-look pass once too often. Kinaway surely got to land the bank shot, and he does indeed. Such a key individual, McFadden. With others absent, he's got to help bear the load. Batanti forward towards Shermadini. Oh, that was woeful for a player of his quality. Stensuk, who's been on the ball all quarter. So vital a guard to what the Estonians do. It was ripped by Georgia still looking for the foul, they're not going to get it. And in the end, Kinaway's tray attempt was distinctly poor, and it brings to an end a fascinating opening quarter. Georgia up by 3, Estonia 19, Georgia 22. Georgia the favourites going into this one, showing others how you win in Tallinn.
Ja väga mõnus sõita. Need kaks meest kiiresti siia. Üks on juba palli saanud, tal on aega 5 sekundit, et platsi saada. Ongi võitud omale nädalavahetuseks Škoda sõiduõiguse.
It's the Georgians who have the advantage then inside Tallinn. And look at that, Estonia shooting 8 from 11 inside, but they still don't have the advantage. Largely because Georgia have the more effective three-point game. Not the most successful in the world, but that with as well the help of 6 Georgian turnovers, which will doubtless be a concern for Irasus. On the other hand, Estonia do have Simsander for company. And how delighted they'll be to see him back in the lineup. McFadden has had a first quarter to enjoy. Not much in the way of points, but he's 100% from his only effort on the basket. But he has been very involved in everything good that Estonia have got up to. Well, in particular, a no-look pass that really was a thing of beauty. So we're back underway at the start of the second. Kinaway for Estonia. Rainer Weideman into the action for the first time, and he's feeding Yursa, who's made 3 from 3 prior to that. Not on that occasion though. Berishvili, wide out it goes. Oh, but what determination from Duda Sanadze. Real quality to find his way to the hoop. Weideman, very experienced now, of course. Taltz inside, great pass, and beautifully put away by Christian Kinaway. Estonia certainly not looking to hang around in this early part of the second quarter. McFadden it is. Sanatsa. Stripped from Batansi. Fine work from Simsander. And he's got possession as well for Estonia. Watch this again. Taltz saw that Kulame was coming. Great teamwork. And here is the man who profited, Christian Kulame. Simsander. There's a fadeaway. Absolute textbook example. And there we are. Down by 3 at the end of the quarter. Just down by 1 now as the officials intervene. Not quite supposed to do that. Here comes Georgia once more. Batansi, Shomadini off the corner at the moment, as you can see. Batansi, oh, denied with authority. Yannick Yursa, he's looked terrific in offence. There he is, popping up in defence to dismiss that attempt from Batansi. Oh, get out of here. Back on the Georgians once more. Sinsatsa. Spin, and then the fadeaway, but still can't quite find the way to unlock the door. Away from Estonia. Well in this, no question about that. Kulame. Simsander goes wide. Oh, popped up beautifully by Weideman, and there's a foul inside. Very stylish way about the manner in which the Estonians get there, but just not quite the execution. You know what Teat Sock's calling for? Sanansi's been called for the foul. Two from two. And it's a home advantage of 1 with Yursa. 2 from 4 from the line. Stones want more than that though, although it's noticeable, isn't it, that Yursa getting to the line unlike every other of his teammate. Steele as well helps them again. Kicks it back out. Simsander for 3. Nothing but iron. Beautifully put away. Mikhail Barishvili. Such a handy understudy to the main players in this Georgian roster. Taltz. To the corner it goes. Kulame. And just a little tug back, preventing him making the progress he needed. 2 fouls already on the Georgian side. One-point game. Kulame for Estonia. Never given up on qualification for China, and that's why. Well, they offered him the chance, didn't they, Georgia? And he said, thank you very much indeed. To the low post it goes for Georgia. Oh, what a spin that was from Patadze. And Touts is under all sorts of pressure there. Foul call in Estonia. There's for the reach in. And he knows straight away that he's in trouble. His second foul. And there's going to have to be a lot more from an Estonian point of view if they're going to keep out, not just Patadze, of course, but Shermadini as well. But if they can't put away the free throws, then there's still an opportunity, isn't there, for Estonia. One from two. Now we're backside at 27. Back comes Shermadini then. Good bit of work from Goga Patadze. It's still Georgia ball, of course. After the unsportsmanlike. And Shermadini hooks it in. Oh, that's him. That is Georgi Shermadini all over. Draws the third foul from Touts. And what about the celebration too? Shermadini Skyhawk, a thing of beauty across European basketball. And Touts just with no answer, and he's immediately pulled out of the game. His third, and just 5:49 to go in the first half. Three-point game. Those fans have made the long trip north and west from Tbilisi and all parts Georgian. And having a little bit of Georgian wine on the way. Real delicacy, I'm told. Simsander to the corner it goes. Could have done with that from Kulamate. Could Estonia. Just a sense that the momentum is with these men in red and white. Simsander gets away from Pasoya. But Onis far. Oh, and that's got to be an unsportsmanlike, and it is. Levan Patsaseya, who hasn't made much of a contribution so far. Just a solitary rebound, and now the unsportsmanlike. And the official's quite right to cut in. It's exactly that sort of play that the regulations were just tightened on unsportsmanlike, and they're going to just dive in just to check whether there's a clear and obvious reason that can be overturned. It is Patsaseya who's called for the foul. Have to say, Weideman was rather hasty to go to the floor. The referee's just going to have another consultation. Let's see what happens here. Gives you a chance to tell you that the Greeks are turning it around in that game. That's also taking place tonight in Group L. Well, it is a foul, but the unsportsmanlike has been rescinded. Interesting call from the officials there. There's Pasoya, who is unsuccessful from three-point range, and it's Patsaseya who comes away with the rebound. Simsander, Patsaseya. Simsander from way back. The Georgians are in the groove, up by 6. Here's first connection from downtown. Told you they were handy from that range. As it's lost by Kitsing. And away comes Georgia. Barishvili. Simsati, he's going to have another go. No, he's going to float it up towards Sherbedini. He feels like he can only put it down into the basket rather than up. And it's brought the first time out from coach Titsok for Estonia. Just a straightforward move, no need for any alley-oop histrionics. A real advantage. Georgia up by 8. 4:13 left in the half.
Screen 3, Dima, and you go out, and Misha, you pop. Screen, no, 2 here, 5 here. 2 screen, Shermo, and sprint to the corner. Good screen to Shermo, pass to Shermo, there.
Ilasura's pretty clear what he wants. Get to the corner. Jossa was certainly doing that in the early part of the first quarter.
Aga hea korvpallipublik, nüüd on teie abi vaja. 27-35 oleme jäänud taga seisu, aga me tahame täna võita.
Estonia then with it all to do. They need to cut that back as much as they can in these remaining 4 minutes or so. A lot of work for them to do. Inside it goes towards Simsander. It's off the foot. Estonia ball with 14 seconds remaining. Jossa back in the game. Weideman out for the home team. And those standings as they lie right now. Serbia in the last qualification spot. Georgia 3 points behind. Vital game this one for them, particularly with a trip to Tbilisi to face Estonia in the last game of the group. Oh, denied by Sherbedini. It's just no getting past him in this sort of mood. Sinsansi now. Barishvili. Bearded and intense. Sinsansi. Patsasia off the iron. And for once, the Georgians can't get the rebound. And they're quite happy to cut off Estonia in their prime on the halfway. The officials are going to have a job just to make sure it doesn't get out of hand. Well, there's Sherbedini. How on earth, if you're Christian Kulimek, how are you supposed to get past that? As McFadden comes onto the court at Bokalishvili's expense. Barishvili with his first foul, as you can see. You see it. We're going to go on his own, but lost it, but it's come off his foot. So Estonia ball, Georgia ball, I should say, as into the game comes Kulimek. Sinsansi for Georgia. 8 points to the good, and he's a rather soft foul from Simsander that. Stevens though still with a foul to give, of course, as steps out and stands up. He is into the game. Sinsansi finds McFadden. Gets it back as well. Ooh, almost lost it there, Sinsansi. Kicks it back out. Patsasia off the rim. Jossa with the rebound. 8-point game though, as McFadden was drawn for a rather cheap foul on Suck.
Number 17, Barishvili,
The foul called on Barishvili. And that means Georgia have to find team fouls. And back into the game for Georgia comes Duda Sanansi. So every foul from here on in will produce a minimum of 2 shots. Kanga to the line. Six-point game. Georgia looking comfortable at the moment, but if the turnovers come back to hold their game, that might well be a very different story before the end of the half. There's a foul called inside, looks as if it's on Kanga. Sherwood in there once again, though I'd imagine Christian Kanga can give you a steal that would turn into salt quickly. Cincinnati gets himself into a bit of trouble there, and he has lost it. Bit of a blind alley he let himself down there. Stands up, kicks it out. Gitting has to convert from there, surely. Estonia at the moment doing well inside, 64% shooting. Only 12 from 27 overall. McFadden now for Georgia. Flings it out to Barishvili. Here's Shermadini. It's the familiar route, and he's got such long arms. You just can't get near him. Youngest ever player to represent Georgia at 17 years of age, and he's still going strong over a decade later. Not quite the efficiency there for Estonia. Batanti into the game. Well, they really are going for it inside now, aren't they? Shermadini, Batanti inside. Sanansi, Lesso, McFadden and Sanansi on the perimeter. There is Sanansi, inside to Batanti. Foul, defensive foul called on Kanga. Both he and the crowd thought it was a charge. Let's look at it again. Batanti backing in. Ooh, you've seen those given, haven't you? There's offensive foul. But they are getting no love at the moment, these Estonians. Well, more genteel societies would call that a polite inquiry. Christian Kanga called for the technical, so perhaps it wasn't all that polite. The Estonians make a change while McFadden goes to the line for the technical foul. Simsander out of the game. And Vitamin comes in, as you saw. This is a very professional performance so far from the Georgians. And they'll call a timeout here as well. 50% shooting inside. They're shooting 33% outside and 80% from the line too. 10 turnovers, probably about the only blight on their game with the presence they've got inside. Here's the coach Source.
Him together. 5. Duda. 10. Duda and 10. The moment that the ball is going, then you go and you turn, you spin and you go out. Kui ei saa, lagi tähendab toppi ja tuleb üles, nagu pikki rööri edasi. Kuule, pikad üldse ühtegi välja ei sööda. Näeme. Nüüd eriti, kui 2 pikki on sees, Pitatsa. Nüüd ongi, kui see läheb siia, Pitatsa on väljas, Segeda võtab see Pitatsa. See läheb kohe teisena üles, aga mitte on lähedal, mitte varem, kui ta on palli põrkes.
Well, there's the man of the day so far for Georgia, Georgi Shermady. Look at that, 7 from 11 inside. You just pop in to your local store and you know when he's behind the counter, they'll always deliver. Batadze is partner in crime, mind you, is beaten to it this time by Jana Talts, and away come Estonia, who needs something from these remaining 80 seconds or so. Talts picked off by Sanadze, and away come Georgia. It's got McFadden to his left, steps inside, beautifully put away. It's what he's been doing for Tenerife all season. He's doing it in the red of Georgia now. What a strong position Georgia are in, and Estonia have to find an answer. Yursa kicks it back out, and still Estonia struggling. They've gone very cold indeed. Shermadini with the rebound, won't be the last that he picks up. Sanadze, Batadze, they've got so many options inside. But the rebound goes Estonia's way. Weideman started it, tries to spin away from Sanadze. He's crashing to the ground, but he does pick up the benefit of the referee's decision. Sanadze drawn for the foul with 19.9 seconds remaining. Looking very comfortable here. Georgia, who after Serbia's defeat earlier in the day to Israel, well, if Georgia can win this one, that sets up an absolutely seismic game in Tbilisi on Monday. As Israel go to Georgia. One from two, Shermadini with the rebound. And Georgia with a chance to just wind down the clock. Take things a little easy, not that that is on Sanadze's agenda. Doesn't work out for him. Here's Weideman with the layup to show how it's done. Well, who knows what that final play of the half might do for Estonia. They needed a bit of a lift. And the Hawk working superbly, keeping the ball well away from McFadden. And it means that deficit for Estonia has cut to 9, but it's been Georgia's half. 41-32 their lead, and Shermadini might be in a little bit of pain, but not when he sees the scoreboard. All round. They may be scoring well inside, but it's that rebounding presence that's proving the difference between these two teams. Look at that, 8 offensive rebounds compared to 1 for Estonia. The only black spots, you would say, on the Georgian performance, those 10 turnovers. They were to hold on to the ball with a little more efficiency, and that advantage will be significantly higher. Fascinating first half, particularly for the Georgians. I can tell you that game involving Greece and Germany has reached half-time as well, and Greece leads by 10 points. 45-35, which leaves the standings right now. Germany concede top spot to Greece. They're on 18, Germany on 17. Serbia in third on 14 points. And then it's Georgia and Israel now on 13, with Estonia not completely out of it, but they really have to get something from their trip to Germany on Monday to maintain their advance towards the World Cup finals in 2019. We all know how difficult that is going to be. Lovely no-look pass that from McFadden, wasn't it? Batati, well, he's had a strong September window in qualification. 13 points against Israel and 15 points against Greece, but he's really been the support act to Yorga Shermadini tonight. But how good is it for a team on the rise as Georgia are to have two inside presence like that? The only problem for Georgia is, of course, they've already played Serbia twice in the first round. So they need the Serbs to slip up at least one more time than they did a second time. So how likely is it that they'll catch the Serbs? Who knows? Stranger things have happened in this fabulous game of basketball, haven't they? Well, that completes the first half. Then in the Sakko-Suho in Tallinn, Georgians certainly full of belief. Estonians rather questioning themselves as well as the officials. Plenty of colour, both on and off the court. Join us for the second half. We'll be back shortly.
150 läheb sinna, kas ma näen kuskilt 160? Läheb see kõik heaks ja paremaks. Ei lähe see kellegi lihtsalt tasku, vaid läheb eriolümpiale korvpallimeeskonna saatmiseks. Nii, seal üleval on, oota, mul läks arvestus sassi, mis me olime, 360, jah? Väga. Ei olnud või? Palju oli? 150 oli seal üleval, jah? 150, kas 160? 160, 170 tuleb sealt. Tuleb sealt 170. Palju sul raha on? Siia teeme ära selle asja. Palju? 2 sotti või? Kas sa pakud rohkem kui 2 sotti? Ebanormaalne. 210, anna andeks. Laena sõbra käest juurde, saame diili teha. Kas 210 tuleb kuskilt? 250 tuleb siit. Suurepärane, see on aplausi väärt. 250 eurot ja nälg. See tulevad. Aga see läheb kõik heaks. See läheb kõik heaks. See ei lähe lihtsalt niisama. Daamid ja härrad, ma küsin teilt nõu. Kas me müüme selle 250 euro eest ära või me jätkame oksjonit? Need, kes arvavad, et müüme ära, teevad häält nüüd. Ja need, kes arvavad, et ei müü, nüüd. Müüdud 250 euro eest sellele härrasmeele siinsamas. Suurepärane. Daamid ja härrad, heitke pilgud ekraanile ja vaadake. Selline on eriolümpia korvpallivõistkond. Nii, daamid ja härrad. Eelmisel nädalal toimus siis selline tore päev Kalevi spordihallis, millest te väikest kokkuvõtet nüüd nägite. Aitäh igastahes oksjoni võitjale. Teeme talle veel üle suure aplausi. Aitäh, see oli suur panus ja me aitasime kaasa.
Welcome to my house. A house where the game is sacred. A game that breaks barriers and crosses cultures. That demands respect. That is rooted in history. A game that births legends. That is as poetic as it is ferocious. You step in that court. Remember, this is mine.
No nii, head korvpallisõbrad, vaikselt on tagasi tulemas ka rahvusmeeskonnad meil siia saali ning tahan teile meelde tuletada seda, et meil on 2019. aastal tulemas nii mõndagi põnevat. Nimelt saab toimuma 16. veebruaril Tartu Ülikooli spordihoones järjekordne tähtede mäng 2019. Sellel korral on aga vastamisi Olipeti Eesti-Läti korvpalliliiga ja Soome korisliiga suuremad tähed ja kõik need korvpallifännid, kes on siin Eestis, Lätis ja Soomes, saavad siis meeskonnad ise komplekteerida. Hääletus algab meil juba järgmisel nädalal ning ainult täna on kõik tähtede mängupiletid eriti hea hinnaga, saab selle endale soetada 10 euro eest vaid. Selleks aga tuleb minna Piletilevi kodulehele, sisestada sooduskoodiks lihtsalt Eesti ja nii lihtsalt see käibki. Nii et kindlasti kasutage seda võimalust ning kõikidele spordiennustuse sõpradele tahan veel südamele panna, et saate veel ennustada olipet.ee kodulehel. Ootab teid seal siis 25 eurone riskivaba spordipanus. Nii et nüüd võdinal toksige sisse olipet.ee ja pange oma õnne proovile. Ning loomulikult, need, kes veel ei ole pannud omale kalendrisse kirja, siis meeste koondise järgmine mäng on juba esmaspäeval. Seda me vaatame kõik TV6 vahendusel, sest toimub see Saksamaal Saksa koondisega. Ning Saku Suurhallis on taas kord mängu oodata 21. veebruaril ning siis me võõrustame tugevat Serbia koondist. Piletid on juba praegu Piletilevis olemas, kes eesse mees leiab omale paremad kohad sealt. Nii et soovitan soojalt, võtke kohe Piletilevi. Vabariigi sünnipäeval 24. veebruaril, kus me taas kord Gruusiaga mängime, siis nende koduväljakul. Nüüd aga on ka Eesti rahvuskoondis tagasi jõudnud väljakule ja paras aeg heita pilk peale, kuidas meil esimesel poolajal oli punktiskooriga. Nimelt olid meil siis kõige suuremad pahanduse tegijad meie korvi all, ehk siis Gruusia koori pealt numbri all 9 mängiv nende kapten Georgi Shermadini, kes viskas 15 punkti. Meie poistest aga oli kõige suurema skooriga Janar Jõesaar, tuli siis temale kokku 8 punkti. 7 punkti peale jäi Kristjan Kangul, 6 punkti viskas esimesel poolel Kristjan Kullamäe ja ka Siim-Sander Vene. Lisasid veel 3 punkti Rain Veidemann ja 2 punkti Kristjan Kitsing ja niimoodi kokku joonistuski meile 32 punkti. Visketabavusest rääkides siis 2 punkti viskeid tabasime 18-12. See on 66%-ga, samas vastased 27-st 12, see on 44%. 3 punkti visetes viskasime neid 11, tabasime vaid 1, see on 9,1%, samas vastased tabasid 7-3%, teeb see 42. Vabavisetes 8 tabasime 5, 62%, vastased 10-8%-ks 80%. Nii et kui kõik kokku võtta, siis tegelikult isegi viskeprotsent oli meil parem. Meie viskeprotsent esimesel poole 44,8, vastastel 44,1. Minuti jagu veel jäänud aega, siis alustame juba teise poolaega. Ja tuleme taas kord särgipüssiga siiapoole, pangevad näpud püsti, vaatame kas kätte igastades minu käes püssi ei ole, püss on Martini käes ja kohe läheb.
We go from the 4 till the elbow, sprint, and go stop.
Veel, paneme ühe veel, jõuame veel kõige veel võetus.
The moment that he is leaving, we go. Full screen here, like this. Let's go, guys.
So all the pressure on the home team here, Estonia, with it all to do if they're to get back into this contest. Trailing Georgia by 41-32. Georgia dominating inside, had a terrific finish to the first half. They were utterly dominant inside, Estonia with just one single field goal in the last 6 minutes. A 15-2 run as well. So here come Georgia with more to offer, you would think, although not starting off too brightly there. Suck. Here's Wenner. Put up from outside, but to no real effect. And there's the rebound from Yannick Yersa. Oh, just seems to find a way, didn't he? It's that sort of enterprise that it's going to serve Estonia well in this second half, but they need something. Yersa up to 10 points for the game. Sanansa, woeful. Airball, not that wanted by Coach Zuros, I beg your pardon. Kitsing loses it. It'll be Georgia ball. And they've got to get better already. Head's starting to go down. Stansok not exactly thrilled with that play, was he, from Estonia? Buyanadze, McFadden, Sanansa, Shermadine, Sinsadze on the court for Georgia. Here is Sinsadze. A little slip almost put in Wenner. Sinsadze spinning like a top this way and that, but Yersa claims the rebound. And that's quick thinking. Sort of quick thinking that's going to put Estonia clear. Yersa will do if he gets the opportunity. Yannick Yersa produces an early tray that provokes the Georgian timeout as well. Great vision from Kitsing, very unselfish, could have tried to finish it off himself. And why not when Yersa, look at the reaction. Who says Ilias Zuros doesn't care anymore? He certainly does. Timeout, Georgia.
They duel with the ball. So the big guy is out. 5, 4, 3. Now who is here? Start. He goes to the turn.
võrratu, mida suudavad need noormehed teha. Lihtsalt vastastiline, aga tegemist on maailma meistritega, nii et ei ole siin midagi imestada. Seistav lool läheb üha.
Not much difference between these two teams in the way of depth, but it's getting closer all the time, in fact, in a number of factors. 8 steals for Estonia so far, compared to 5 for Georgia, probably the big one. Turnovers, 8 to 10 in the Georgians' favour. Fast break, well, Estonia 14 to 6. Georgia then looking for some control then early in this second half. McFadden. Sinadza shakes off Sutton for just a moment or two, but McFadden's in all sorts of trouble and he's almost got to give it away. And away come Estonia. Yursa tees it up nicely. And listen to the crowd as Christian Kanga connects. Down by 9 at the half. The deficit worked down to 2. Georgia yet to get on the board here in this third quarter. Sinadza stands up a little over keen, according to the official. He can't quite believe it, can he? Look at the schoolboy that's been caught out. Sinadza drawing the foul. And interesting to see. Oh, look at the reaction too. Bianazzi taken out, but Tansi put back in. Bianazzi has had so little basketball in the last 12 months as McFadden, denied by Yursa. That'll get the crowd to life. You don't expect blocks like that from a player of his dimensions. Just the slap. 198 forward. And Kellen Cromo was in form at the weekend, got 9 points for his club as well, and that's nice too. And needed by Georgia. Goga Batansi putting him into double figures, and Georgia up by 4. Inside ball to Kanga, kicks it back out, kicks in! Estonia believe once more. One-point game. And it becomes increasingly tricky to work out who's the likely winner here. Sinadza's bravery isn't rewarded. The rebound from Shermadini. Kanga on hand to tidy things up. Stands up. Stops in his tracks by McFadden. Gets the screen from Kanga. Cut off by McFadden as Yursa tried to float it into the paint. Spun out hard by Sinadza, and there's Shermadini. The lay-in comfortable enough. And your 2-meter-16 tall. A little bit of daylight once again for Georgia. Will it be closed off? Not quite. Kitsing trying to repeat the dose of medicine that he gave the Georgians a moment ago. Sinadza opts to go himself. No, kicks it back outside. McFadden's waiting, and McFadden delivers. Timeout Estonia. Thad McFadden has been doing that all season long. No surprise that when it comes to the FIBA Basketball World Cup window, he's doing it for Georgia as well as Tenerife. Estonia with a timeout then.
Receive flare from dead and flare here for the.
Well, Ilias has been through so many experiences now as coach. Just 52. In charge of Greece, of course. And has won trophies at the very highest level, of course. FIBA Asia Champions Cup champion back in 2004. There's won titles, of course, in Lithuania as well. Here's Kitsing for Estonia, meanwhile, only finds iron in their battling for Estonia. There's Kango once more. Also no real effect. McFadden on the step to get away from Yersa was sublime. McFadden once more. Such an anticlimax given how well he'd done to create the time. Suk gets past Sensate. And Kango really putting his hefty weight on the line there. Suk found him in space. And Batati would come away, and it's Yersa who's called for an offensive foul. Immediately after, Batati picks up the rebound. Have Georgia rather overtaken this Estonia surge? Have they doused the flames a little? Sensata, great step, but loses it, and Kanga picks it up. Wenner. What about the time from downtown himself? And there's Stem Suk, gets a great screen from Taltz, and he's got to finish from there, and he does. 4-point game. Georgia not exactly getting away from Estonia just yet, but no sign that their confidence has been pricked just yet. Batadze to Shermadini, loses it on pressure from Wenner. Let's watch this again. Batadze does so well. He's going to look for the foul. Look, he can make his case in however many different languages as when it comes out for Estonia. Vitamin in. Shermadini. The sky hook continues. Good luck defending that. Yersa watches on as Sok controls the play for Estonia. Kanga from way back, and way away as well. Taltz, this time, will it work? Oh, it will. Ryan Vitamin. Is that the sort of play that can boost confidence? No, but that one will. Brilliant. Duna Sanansi draws the foul from Sok too. Just when Estonia think they're getting back into it, Georgia just hammer the door shut. Great assist from McFadden. There was Sok putting it in from long range. And then Sanansi finished off. It is basketball with Kibas in Spain at the moment. He's been playing in Italy last season. Quiet game by his standards. He's been averaging over 10 points per game in the 4 qualification contests he's been involved in. Sok gets away from Shermadini. Trier. Sok once more. Coach Zuros is looking for the call. And he gets it as well. There's the turnover once again from Estonia. A lot of turnovers in this contest as Sanansi puts it up. Off the iron. 3-second violation, of course, from Kasper Trier producing the turnover, which is a bit of a basic error. Good work that from Bokalishvili. And from Dynamo Tbilisi. Involved in all 8 games so far for Georgia. Being experienced no matter what happens to the Georgians at the end of this group stage, as they lose the ball once more. Weideman looking good off the rim. Batansi gets a helping hand actually from Kasper Chaya. Sinadze trying to find the back way through. Bokalishvili will knock the front of the door. Shermadini inevitably with a rebound. Lays it up. Estonia desperate for a foul called, and they're not going to get it. They just can't do anything. Look at that. Georgi Shermadini, 21 points to his name. And he's got 11 rebounds too. Another change coming as Mikhail Bridishvili comes in for Shermadini, who's really earned his break on the bench. 21 points, 11 rebounds, 6 of those offensive. The absolute linchpin to this Georgian performance so far. Good ball movement now from Estonia. Kick back out towards Tautz. Sok can't get the opportunity, has to go inside. Is it Weideman to float it up? Yes, and he's made it successfully. 1 minute 20 to play. Estonia back to within 6. But it's been Georgia's lead throughout, even though they started slowly. Bokalishvili, what a greatest effort from the corner. Inside the final minute. Now, a good last 60 seconds could really turn this game around as Stenson draws the foul from McFadden. Plenty of fouls to give, mind you, Georgia, as you can see. Still time on their side as well. With the inbounds play. No real ray through inside. Oh, Weideman, just lost it at the wrong moment. Brilliant idea. Just didn't have the right connection at the right time. Full press coming from Estonia. Batansi almost is it. He's going to wait for it to go out. It does go out, but it comes off a Georgian hand. And maybe that's the break that Sok's men were looking for. Doubt Batansi was pleased, his coach there. He did have the opportunity to tidy it up. How good does he look, incidentally? At just 19 years of age, playing his club basketball in Belgrade right now. Wenner at the low post. Only has McFadden for company, but it's enough. And here is Batansi, keen to just slow things down. McFadden. A 4-second differential on the shot clock. Sinadze finds some space inside and finds the layup. Superbly done. The patience from Duda Sinadze there, very rewarding indeed. And even though Georgia will give up the foul, they're quite happy because they've got fouls to give. And Bokalishvili will have no conscience about that whatsoever. Timeout called, 5.8 seconds remaining. And their real experience on show from Duda Sinadze. And the bench tell you stories, even if the expression of the coach doesn't. Francis brought back in with the expensive McFadden. No timeout called in the end. Wenner. Does he draw the foul? Well, he's still got a foul to give as well. Sure, Sinadze is thinking better of it now, mind you. Ooh. Goodness me. Just check, Duda, is everything still there? So, Tautz Tees up Weideman. Oh, but it's all very messy, and Kasper Treya won't get anywhere near that. And despite Estonia getting the first 7 points of the quarter, they only take it by 1. And it leaves them with a mountain to climb in this final quarter. 57-49 down. It feels as if whatever the
FIBA Basketball World Cup is right here. You want it? Come and get it.
And that is what it's all about. FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 heading to China next year. Estonia and Georgia not giving out hope yet of being there. Although if Estonia are going to get anything out of this, they've somehow got to combat Georgi Shermadini and Giga Batanzi. Tallest player on the roster for Estonia tonight is Christian Kitzing at 2'6", but doesn't get them anywhere near Batanzi at 2'10", and especially Shermadini at 2'16". And there's also Ilya Londarize, who's 2'5", although not a true centre, of course. So they have the weaponry, and they'll give Israel a really good contest on Monday in Tbilisi. Even with Israel beating Serbia earlier in the day, I can tell you that Greece in control against Germany, leading by the 8 points deep in the third quarter, 62-54, which will leave Greece on top in Group L. Of course, Greece and Germany are both there, but there's still one place up for grabs. Kasper Treya for Estonia. Werner puts it up from long range. Oh, that was great. Three-time Lithuanian League winner, Werner. He's got the experience and the nous to win this. McFadden has two, but he watches on as Batanzi coughs it up. Weideman, doesn't get past Sanansa. The foul will be called on the Georgian. Look at this one again. Well, Duda Sanansa was making absolutely sure the path was blocked. Coach Souros making his case once again. Nicely done from Werner. Under pressure once again. It's their rebounding game that's not worked out for them. To be fair, they've earned fewer rebounds, Estonia, than any other team still remaining in these FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 qualifiers. Shouldn't really be a surprise that they've struggled in that department again. Sanadza, was there a travel there? Well, it's a 24-second violation anyway, but surely Sanadza was very close, perilously close to walking the travel line. Of course you can say that. Estonia far from conceding this, but they have not been in front for some time now. But if they could get in front, my word, this Tallinn crowd would be right there, lockstep with them. Try it. Weideman. Estonia looking for the way in. Weideman once off in the corner. Kicks it back out. Here's Taltz from way back, off the rim. Treya with the rebound. Has to finish from there, and he can't. Is that the chance gone for the Estonians? As you'll have seen, Bokalishvili into the game. Out of the game, I should say, for the Georgians. Sansadze there, and there he is, Georgi Sansadze. Picks it up from McFadden, gets it back to him. The 1-2 punch for Georgia. Look at that, 4 from 5 from three-point range. Thad McFadden once again. Wenner. Oh, he's hustled out of it by McFadden, who will be drawn for the foul once more. Well, they have come so close to taking the lead, but just when they get within striking distance, Estonia, it feels as if Georgia have the extra gear and the extra quality. And all these free throws are vital for the home team. We're inside this Suhol, which holds around 7,000 spectators. Not quite that many in. But it's quite an atmosphere in the Kalevi, just across town in Tallinn. And Wenner, with all of his experience, makes 2 from 2. 5-point game. Double digits for Wenner, as you can see. Sinsanse. Barishvili finds its way to Batanzi, who knows the way to the hoop. There is just nothing Wenner and the rest of the Estonians can do. What a talent this man is at 19. And the reaction's pretty half-decent too. Touts drawn for the foul. So number 4 for him. And the Georgians shown their opponents on Monday just how you take an advantage in Tallinn. Israel lost here, of course, in the first round stage. And they get an offensive rebound there too. Sinsanse towards Batanzi. Gets the offensive rebound. There's 3 of them around him, and they can't deny him, drawing yet another foul. Titsok knows this game's slipping away from his team. Look at the tension etched across his face. And when you're up against a talent like this, man, why wouldn't you be worried? He's got such a soft touch for a young man. Well, he gets his shot selection right. There are very few young 5s around Europe that can match him. Certainly a talent to keep your eye on. Just 19 years of age. 9-point lead for Georgia. And Estonia now with it all to do. Here's Wenner. And foul called, looks like on Sinsanse, right in front of the official, which is Coach Zuros. Works his frustration off with a word or two to the official. Sign of confidence on the Georgian side. That's to see it back into the game. Fired for 3. He was so open, and did you see how frustrated Coach Zuros was behind him? Wasn't a Georgian player within, I'd say, 3 or 4 metres. Sinsanse gets away from Wenner, kicks it back out, off the rim though, from Barishvili. And Estonia come away with it. Tan picks up his 3rd. And Yursa will enter the fray once more. Haven't led since the first quarter, Estonia. In my recollection, Yursa, Kanga, Kulame back into the game as well. And he'll try from long range at the top of the key, but what a rebound that one is. Yannick Yursa. Kulame kicks it back out. Yursa will have to take responsibility. And Batanzi has another rebound to his name. Georgians still looking calm and comfortable here. When he got McFadden in the corner, it helps. And when he does things like that, you feel absolutely fantastic. What about the 1-2 punch here from Georgia? The inside threat from Shermadini. And then McFadden waiting on the outside if that doesn't work out. They've scored more three-pointers than any other European team in these qualifiers. 94 in all before tonight. Going well so far as well, with another 6 of them in this game. Heinemann gets a bit of Georgian beef in his face. Mikhail Barishvili responsible this time. One of those reliable roster players that every successful nation needs. Not going to be a star behind the likes of Shermadini or indeed Batanzi and Sinsance, but they've got to fill out a roster of 12 loyal and proud players, and certainly Mikhail Barishvili at 31 will not lack for that. Heinemann's second time around. 1 from 2 for him, but that gap's still a frustrating 9 for the Estonians. Batanzi. I was hoping the big was going to show what he could do from three-point range. He might yet. He is going to have a go off the iron, unfortunately, for Georgia. Away comes Kulimay. He'll do it all himself. Christian Kulimay had to get that up quickly. With Batanzi looking like a steam train coming from his right. Still, though, the Georgians with the advantage. McFadden. Kulimay reaches in. That'll be another foul. Still with 2 fouls to give, though. 5 minutes and a second remaining. But Estonia just can't get close right now. If this was a car chase, there'd be a little bit of distance in the rearview mirror. Particularly when you're only shooting 18% from three-point range. Not what the Georgians are doing as Batanzi tries to step clear. Kanga will pick up another foul. Still 1 foul to give, though. As you can see, McFadden gets the inbounds plays from Sinsance, who takes it straight back. The no-look pass. Patsasia. Little shoulder to create some space, and it's off Kitsing. Georgia ball with 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. What can they create here? Patsasia to Shermadini. The icing on the cake. 23 points to his name. Amazing performance in a game he was expected to dominate, and he has duly delivered. Turnover helping Georgia's cause once more. Yeah, another steal for them, but still fewer than the Estonians. Sinsance gets that well to Patsasia. McFadden. Let's see what Batanzi can do from distance. Still can't find his range, as Kanga is having to wrestle for some space and draws the foul from Levan Patsasia. Real frustration at the way he couldn't get the ball away quickly, because that's all part of the Estonian plan. Sock into the game for Estonia. Weidemann out. Kanga to the line, and every point matters now. A lot of responsibility on those broad shoulders of Christian Kanga, but you need better than that from the line. Estonia as well. A small matter of going to Germany on Monday. It's been a great run for them. It looks all forlorn for them. There's a man who knows well about competing at the top level. Titsok, of course, won a gold medal for the Soviet Union, as it was then, at the Olympic Games. Matadze looking to drive it up, and he's got his 2 points as well. He's quietly delighted with that. Had such work to do when he got into the scoring position. Here, though, Estonia fight back. Stensok doing what Stensok does. And once again, Estonia just keeping within range, but not as close as they've managed to get for some time. Quiet game for him tonight. McFadden. Batansi is free. It's stolen by Kitsing, and away from Estonia. Here's Wedder, and does he draw the foul? Yes, he does, but he's frustrated beyond belief that he can't find the hoop. And Batansi has stayed down there. Should be okay. But you'd hope a young talent like that doesn't suffer from serious injury at this point in his career. Let's watch it again. Slim Sandoweni, just a little push. Nothing that he did responsible for Batansi falling to the earth. And the officials are going to double check, as they've every right to do. Tight game in Patras, 5:31 to play in the game. Greece up by 5 on Germany, 75-70. And elsewhere, 3 games in the fourth quarter in round K, Group K I should say. France leading the Czech Republic 69-65. Finland one on top over Russia 62-49. And Bulgaria leading Bosnia 82-76. Both of those deep. All 3 of those, in fact, deep in the final quarter. Batansi then drawn for the 2 fouls, so went into the line. Estonia just shooting 64% from the line. Just not good enough. Full press coming as well. And Wenner almost got it away from Sinsante's grasp. Sok is in there trying to disrupt things. Sinsante, though, quite happy to eke out the clock a little more. The time is running out for him. He can't convert, and it's Estonian ball. Another turnover. May well be the last we see of Mikhail Berishvili tonight. As Weideman comes in, Kitsing takes a break. Pressure on Estonia now. Stensok. Taltz on 4 fouls, remember. Weideman trying to drive it up the lane, but he won't get past Shermadini and Batansi like that. Sinsante, McFadden. Feels like Pat Sasia is the man to make up the numbers, but he's trying from downtown there, and that's what the man who makes up the numbers can do. Georgia up by 9. Oh, but Estonia looking as if they're struggling. It looks like Yersa's got a problem as well. He's competed man for his 14 points, 7 rebounds too. Far from disgraced in this company, and there you go, look at that. Pat Sasia, fake the trait, gives it to Batansi, who draws the foul, and is it called on Yana Taltz? If it is, it's his final act in the game. But what about this from Pat Sasia? Faked it, inside to Batansi. And it is Yana Taltz who steps out. Estonia timeout with less than 2 minutes to play.
doors. 5 ja 4, täpselt vene siin üleval, eks. Timmu, mängi 2 When they hedge, smalls are here. I will like Goga. Goga is here. Shermo. Fake this and go right. Hey, not to the side, in the middle. So hey, ready, pass, Goga, out he goes. Nothing against the Kairos.
Teile teadmiseks, et muutunud on mängureeglid. Peale kolme viskamist mänguaeg seisma ei jää, vaid jookseb kogu aeg edasi. Ja tänu sellele ei ole...
One of the beauties about this FIBA Basketball World Cup qualification process is that so many more teams have been involved in this process. And we've seen the likes of Estonia taking on the likes of Israel and beating them. But it does feel like Georgia are just one step too big for them. It is asking an awful lot. Batanzi to the line. When you look at the box score for the Georgian players, 75 points to the day. Shermadini's got 23, Batanzi's got 17. For more than half of the points put up by Georgia, contributed by those two huge figures inside. Estonia with it all to do, not impossible. Well, they've got work to do now. Sok puts it up for 3, that'll do. A nice down payment put down by Stensuk. They could do with another turnover though. The ball handling has much improved from Georgia early on. Here's Batanzi. Just can't stop him in this mood right now. Another timeout called, and he made that look very, very easy indeed, didn't he? Just watch that again. Yursa and Tauts caught in no man's land. 19 points. Shooting 44%, which isn't brilliant figures. All the same, he's made his contribution. As Wenner can't find the hoop from three-point land. He's going to try again though. Still finds the iron. Offensive rebound back to Sok, who shows him how. 6-point deficit. Estonia need a turnover as we enter the final minute. Stensuk, it's double digits now. McFadden, Sinsanson. Batanzi up ahead. Shermadini too. Batanzi has got himself free. Foul called though. And it's called on Christian Kulame for Estonia. Not well, that will concern him overly. Sinsanson to the line. Both teams long since now in team foul trouble. Georg Sinsanson, rather quiet game. But with so much experience, he'll be quite happy to see others take the limelight. As Mikhail Barishvili steps in, Shermadini has done his bit. 8 points of deficit. Oh, the bank shot. Very average. And Georgia will feel they've got this completely under control now. McFadden quite happy to run down the clock. Might take responsibility himself here, the way he's been shooting from three-point range. Doesn't matter that he found the iron. Sok has Sinsanson in his face. And draws the foul. Not that the Georgians will mind. They're certainly going to the line at the moment. It's 3-point plays that'll kill them with 13.7 seconds remaining on the clock. Standings looking like this then in Group L. with Greece leading Germany in the battle of the unbeatens in Patras. Greece top 18, Germany 17. Then it's Serbia on 14. Looks like Georgia and Israel will be level on 13, and Estonia rather drifting away now from contention on 11. And it sets up that fascinating game in Tbilisi on Monday, where Georgia host Israel, and you would think whoever loses that one will lose their passage to China 2019. And then it's between the winners and Serbia to see who goes through. Timeout called by Georgia. And look at those performances. Sensasi with the 7 assists. 5 steals from McFadden to go along with Shermadini's double-double. And as for Estonia, well, they've just had no answers really, have they? One player until recently in double-digit scoring. Gerson's there on 14, Stansuk 13, Wenner on 12. And Kangor and Weideman as well with 10 and 11 respectively. But it's rebounding where they've struggled. Kangor and Yersa have done their best, 7 each. But overall, it's the offensive rebounding capability of Georgia. With that man there, Georgis Shermadini, as long as he doesn't break his ankle on the way back to the court. 14 offensive rebounds for Georgia compared to 7 for Estonia. That probably tells you the difference between these two teams. Inbounds play coming up then from Georgia, up by 6. Would take something remarkable from Estonia to get this back from there. Sensasi, McFadden is looking to move the ball around. Sukko draws the foul. Fab to the line. There's some contest between him and Tamir Black on Monday. One to watch, no doubt. Keep right up to date on the World Cup qualifiers via the app and via the website, FIBA Basketball, with all the details that you need. Team Sok wants a few more moments with his players before, I suspect, the final play of the game.
Everything in front of you. Everything in front of you. Don't push and don't make foul on the threes. Everything in front. Don't try to steal. You understand what I mean? You understand what I mean? There are 9 seconds to go. All the switches, we have to go behind. Everybody box out. No stupid foul. I have time out.
Pretty clear instructions from Ilias Zouros. No fouls. And Estonia do their worst. And knock down the free throws when they get the chance. Grishvili on the court then. Presumably for Shermadini. Yep. As here come Estonia. There's Wene. Can't find the hoop. And that will do it. Israel have lost here. Great Britain have lost here. But Georgia haven't. And they're still in contention for a place in China 2019. And who knows if coach Ilias Zouros can guide these men in red and white to a first ever FIBA Basketball World Cup appearance. We shall see, but they're worthy winners in Tallinn. And the details make such good reading. It's gone as we thought. The inside presence for Georgia, proving the key difference. Shermadini, 11 from 16, shooting 23 points, a double-double to him, 23 and 11. There's truthful smiles on the face of all of the Estonian players, but there are huge, big smiles on the face of these Georgian players. 7 from 20 from outside, but when you've got Shermadini and Batadze with a stretch, you can pick up 14 offensive rebounds compared to 7 of Estonia. Georgia then to play Israel on Monday. And that man's going to have a good contest, you would think, in Tbilisi, backed up by thousands inside the Olympic Palace. What an atmosphere that's going to be. There's your leading scorers. Don't forget Thad McFadden as well. You might question some of the depth in that Georgian team, perhaps against one or two of the bigger boys. But with Israel in a little bit of transition at the moment, certainly going through a difficult season. Well, Georgia will really fancy knocking off an established basketball nation like Israel, won't they? And they still have Estonia to host in Tbilisi. The problem comes when they have to go to Greece in February as well. Great game to watch, interesting contrast of styles. Georgia with perhaps not just a plan A, but also a plan B and C. Estonia really get the all-court transition game that they were looking for. And when you think about all these Georgian players that are involved in the ACB, Johnny Kashvili, who we didn't see tonight, 17 years of age at St. Pablo Burkos, Bojanadze and Sanadze, Gispo, Kipaskoa, Shermadini, of course, at Unicaja, McFadden at Tenerife. There's a little community there of Spanish-based players that's going to serve them well when they take on Israel, as I say, in Tbilisi on Monday. And even if Serbia do come through to reach the final stages, that will be one game to watch. Commiserations to Estonia, who are now clearly bottom by a bit of a distance now in Group L. Just 11 points to their name. And it's now 3 straight defeats in this second round stage, having lost heavily to Germany and Serbia. And they have to go to Germany on Monday as well. And after the Germans come off a likely defeat to Greece tonight, then that will be no small order. I can tell you Greece 92, Germany 84, a final from Patras. That wraps up Group L then for this first part of the window, and there all of those games involved marked in. And look at that, Georgia and Israel on 13 points, a point behind Serbia. Can Georgia knock off Israel to keep their qualification hopes alive? It's going to be fascinating. I hope you'll join us at worldcup.basketball and with the hashtag FIBAWC. From us all on the FIBA team, thanks for joining us wherever you're watching. From myself, Chris Edgerton, we'll bid you farewell, and we'll see you next time on the FIBA Basketball World Cup China 2019 road.